bright around me, seal your tube of light from ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discourse sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright around me, seal your tube of light from ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. Beloved, I am presence bright around me, seal your tube of light from ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with the violet flame. So the car that just passed before that was a 66 on the license plate, and I am going in between apple orchards, which remind me of an interview that I saw on Rice TVX that was with Ethan Lucas, where he actually shared that the word Eden is actually delight. And he was speaking about hell and it actually being a mental state, and that also then tying into the high rise of emotional awareness that I have come up with, that takes the teaching of Esther Hicks, who channels the consciousness of Abraham, and applies the emotional guidance system that they have with 22 different emotions. I go over a hill in that moment too, just noticing the synchronicities of things as they go by that can appear to be nothing or could be something, because that is, in the scheme of things, how we can look at life, as if nothing is a miracle or as if everything is a miracle, and our choice in that is going to make a huge difference to our overall experience of life. Now, why I bring in the high rise of emotional awareness and share about Esther's teaching is that the 22 different emotions I then applied to the theory of the high-rise building. I go past a 1066 now, which is just the replication of the symbol that I started with. So just pointing out what I notice as affirmations of being on the right track in terms of what is going on and out in this moment, just for you to be able to do the same. Because if people don't point it out, then we don't fully understand their system. And there's a method to everyone's madness. It's just finding out what that method is, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense logically. It's because the magic of the moment happens in the flow. And so when we actually go with that and understand how others have found their method or system, which saves yourself significant time, energy, money, whatever else, that's the acronym for system that resonates for me. And so the hell being a mental state ties into the emotional high rise of awareness, because with it being a high rise building, it's the same address top to bottom, but a completely different experience depending on which floor in that building you're looking out the window from and what floor you're actually living in, which emotionally is reflective of the states of emotion that we are most consistently in, which is essentially like the glass ceiling of our self-image, which is tied up in how we perceive ourselves to be and how we perceive life to be and how we perceive others to be. And when we understand those three components, how we see ourselves, how we see the world, and how we see people, those three criteria or categories ultimately have a huge influence on how we see ourselves and our ability to be safe in this world, that either creates inner security because we have learned to own our space in the world, even if we don't necessarily understand our place or necessarily want to remain in the place that we are, but can finally embrace it for what it is in that moment, compared to when we try to be somewhere else because we want to make someone else's system work for us, and that's not how it's meant to be. So all of these teachings tie into that emotional high rise of awareness, which I'm still piecing together, and it's been 4 years that I've been working on it. And let me tell you, I thought that it would be a lot different of a process. I thought I could get there a lot faster. I thought that I could just share it as it was, as it came to me, and just combining those two teachings. And it's been so much deeper than that and so much more profound. And I'm grateful that even though I didn't have the patience to wait, I'm grateful that I was forced to by the universe, which is the one song, universe. And so when we actually get to that place and the boat comes in front of Excalibur on the trailer, no kidding, there's a Hitler picture on the back of the vehicle in front of me. Like, what are the chances of that with the world that we're living in right now? If you look at the world like what Hitler did, the experience everyone else had around him was very different than the experience that he was having. And yet, even though he had a good experience, maybe being the leader and the top dog and all of that, the karma that he accrued by making the choices that he did to hurt the people that were held at lower levels of emotional states under his control or under his reign. I don't even know how his soul made out after the fact, but I would suggest that he did not make his ascension, and I don't know that his soul ever will, because ultimately, if you believe in the theory of reincarnation, then we receive our choices basically get chalked up into karma, either negatively qualified karma or positively qualified karma. The positively qualified karma goes into our causal body, and our negatively qualified choices go into our electronic belt. And if we have too much density because we've made too many choices that are not aligned with who we truly are, and instead went into our head or went into the paradigms and matrix of the world that we live in, then we are too dense to make the ascension. And that's just not being not smart enough. It's literally being too energetically dense because of all of the karma that we have collected in the electronic belt that's kind of like a skirt that we wear, compared to when we make positively aligned choices that then go into our causal body and then assist us in helping to make the ascension, which is a scientific process. And we'll go into that another day. I'm not the teacher for that one, but certainly I'm getting connected to people that can give answers at a higher level. Michael Seegers has given me a lot of insights that I'm so grateful for, and because of that connection now I've made many other connections as well, and all of those are helping me to get you the best as I get it too. And it's just the best that I've come to until now from others who have come to the best sooner. And so together we are so much better. It's connecting of the dots, not just of information, but of the souls that are the lighthouses in this world, because we lighthouses are something special, not because we need to be special, but simply because boats get out of the way when a lighthouse falls, like what I experienced a few years back. And I thought people would be there for me, and some tried, particularly certain family members, but the majority were not, and it was just so gutting. It was just a really confusing and hurtful experience, and ultimately that was what I needed to go through because of the choices that I'd made, the karma I had accrued, and it's just where I was at. It was one of my initiations on the path as a Chela of the light, essentially. And a Chela is a student in the terms of the teachings of the Ascended Masters. So all of that I've learned in the last year. And I know I talk fast and I'm not for everyone, but I don't need to be for everyone, because there will be a teacher for those for whom I'm not the one. And the same is true for you, because we don't need to try to make ourselves vanilla. We don't need to try to be something that we're not in order to make ourselves more palatable for more people. It's not about that. There are certain people that will resonate with me and my energetic frequency and signature, and there are people that won't, but they'll resonate with someone else. And that's why together we are the lighthouses. We are the dots that need to be connected. And so all of this is simply to say that if we follow the signs of the universe and we actually learn to use the emotions as they show up, and we can understand where we are having our normal state within that high rise of emotional awareness, like the home base within the high rise, as to what emotional state is most common for us. That's going to have a huge influence on our experience of life and either create the hell on earth or the delightful experience of Eden, which we are the energy dens that are needing a garden, literally a guard, to protect the energy of which we are. So those are my perspectives. I would love to know what yours are and how this information sits, how it fits, and what you're going to do about it. So please do comment below, let me know. Make sure you like this message to help with the algorithms so that more people are able to gain access to the information. And if you think there's somebody specifically who would benefit from being exposed to the information, then please do forward this message to them. And also, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do that. It will help me in reaching the 1,000 subscriber mark on my YouTube channel, which is a feat that I'm looking forward to accomplishing, and ultimately is part... Why are you not going? Well, thank you. Well, he didn't go, so weird. Huh. He's just giving people the opportunity to go. Interesting. I say that at 11:42 in the message, which means that that is enough for today. There is a peace sign, a heart, and a dog on the back of the vehicle in front. So just start to notice the signs, symbols, and omens that show up on your path when somebody is willing to let you go even when it's their turn. Just say thank you and have gratitude in your heart for all that shows up, even when it's not comfortable, like what I went through. Team Bobo. That's funny. Another sign right in front of me. So if you're willing to align with the moment, then you can just laugh at the strange oddities that show up on your path and make sure that you are able to stay in flow in a way that allows you to breathe into the moment, to fill your heart with the peace and grace of being fully present in this now moment. And with that, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. I'm about to turn around and park and be where I am aiming to be. So I hope you will choose to be where you are and love every minute of it. So with that, have a great day. That's all I got to say. Laura J, namaste.